Have you ever thought you were doing everything right for your health, eating, clean, avoiding junk, swapping soda for fruit juice? Yet deep inside your body, your kidneys were quietly breaking down. Imagine believing you're protecting your heart with oranges, fueling your muscles with bananas, boosting your energy, with smoothies, only to discover that these very choices are silently pushing you toward kidney disease. Dr. Johnny, a respected nephrologist, once told me about a 67-year-old patient named Margaret. She was proud of her new routine. Every morning began with a spinach and banana smoothie. At lunch, she enjoyed orange slices. For dinner, she swapped soda for fresh juice. She smiled, believing she was finally living healthy. But a few months later, her lab results told a darker story. Stage 3 kidney disease, her creatinine rising, her body exhausted, her ankles swollen, her sleep restless. And the worst part, she had no idea how it happened. That is the terrifying truth about kidney health. You can lose up to 90% of your kidney function before a single obvious symptom forces you to pay attention. By the time you notice fatigue, swelling, or blood pressure spikes, your kidneys may already be in serious decline. This isn't fear-mongering. It's medical fact backed by the National Kidney Foundation. And here's where it gets even more unsettling. Many of the so-called superfoods we're told to eat more of fruits you see in every grocery aisle. Fruits doctors recommend for heart health. Fruits pushed by wellness blogs can actually overwhelm your kidneys with dangerous levels of potassium, oxalates, and sugars. They don't heal you. They quietly sabotage you meal by meal, bite by bite. But there is good news. For every fruit that silently damages your kidneys, there are others that can cleanse, protect, and restore them, especially after age 60. In this video, we'll expose 5 fruits that can push your kidneys toward failure and reveal 4 powerful alternatives that can bring them back to life. Stay with us until the very end, because the last healing fruit on this list costs less than $1, needs no preparation, and works better than supplements that sell for $50. And once you see it, you'll never look at your grocery cart the same way again. Let's start with one of the most common fruits in every American kitchen, bananas. They look harmless. They taste sweet. They're packed in every lunchbox. For decades, people have been told bananas are the ultimate health snack. Great for energy, great for potassium, great for your heart. But here's the shocking truth Dr. Johnny shares with his kidney patients. For anyone over 60 or with even mild kidney decline, bananas can act like a silent time bomb. Think about this. A single medium banana contains around 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium. That doesn't sound like much until you realize that people with kidney problems should only consume about 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams a day total. That means one banana alone can take up a quarter of your entire daily limit. And if you enjoy a smoothie with 2 or 3 bananas, you've already pushed your kidneys beyond what they can safely process. And the danger doesn't just stop at numbers. When kidneys can't clear potassium effectively, that mineral builds up in your bloodstream. It's called hyperkalemia, and it's far more dangerous than most people realize. At first, it might cause muscle weakness or unusual fatigue, but in severe cases, it can trigger irregular heartbeats, chest pain, or even sudden cardiac arrest. Yes, something as innocent as your morning banana could set off a chain reaction inside your body that ends with a silent, deadly emergency. There's a reason why nephrologists around the world caution their patients bananas may be a heart-friendly food, but they are not kidney-friendly once your kidneys start slowing down. And here's the part most people miss: you don't need to eat bananas every day to be at risk. Even a few times a week can cause potassium levels to creep up, especially if you're already enjoying other high-potassium foods. Bananas prove that sometimes the sweetest comfort food hides the sharpest blade. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the very next fruit is even more deceptive. It's bright, refreshing, and almost always associated with breakfast, but its hidden potassium load and acidity can push your kidneys into even deeper trouble. If bananas are the silent time bomb, then oranges are the polished disguise. Every wellness blog, every breakfast commercial shows a bright glass of orange juice on the table, symbol of health, symbol of energy, symbol of a perfect start. But for kidneys already under stress, that glass of sunshine can quickly turn into a glass of poison. Dr. Johnny recalls another patient, Robert, who swapped soda for orange juice every morning, convinced he was protecting his heart. Within months, his lab results told a different story. potassium levels climbing, blood pressure unstable, and creatinine quietly rising. The truth is, one medium orange contains around 237 milligrams of potassium. One cup of orange juice, about 470 milligrams, twice as much. That's almost one-third of the safe daily limit for kidney patients gone in a single glass before the day even begins. And here's what makes it worse. Packaged orange juices, even the 100% natural ones, often contain added sugar and citric acid. That means while the potassium overload is stressing your kidneys, the sugar spike is hitting your pancreas, and the acidity is inflaming your digestive system. It's a triple attack hidden behind a cheerful, healthy image. No wonder nephrologists worldwide warn that daily orange juice is one of the fastest ways to accelerate kidney decline. Science backs this up. Studies published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition show that patients with chronic kidney disease who regularly consumed orange juice had higher risks of hyperkalemia and faster progression to dialysis compared to those who avoided it. What feels refreshing in the moment may be pushing you closer to the dialysis chair without you realizing. So the next time you see that classic orange juice commercial promising health and vitality, remember Robert and remember your kidneys. Because while oranges may brighten your morning, they can darken your long-term health. But only focusing on juice and citrus isn't enough, because the next fruit hides even deeper dangers. It looks harmless, even trendy, yet its crystal-like compounds can turn into kidney stones, sharp enough to cut from the inside out. If oranges are the flashy warning sign, then kiwi is the sneaky little saboteur. Small, green, and praised by influencers as a super vitamin booster, kiwi often gets marketed as a miracle fruit for digestion, immunity, and heart health. But when it comes to your kidneys, this tiny fruit can pack a toxic punch far bigger than its size suggests. Dr. Johnny remembers a woman in her early 60s who added 2 kiwis to her daily breakfast, convinced it was a safer choice than a sugary muffin. Within 3 months, her potassium levels skyrocketed, and she developed sharp stabbing pain in her lower back. The culprit wasn't just the potassium, it was the oxalates hiding in every juicy bite of kiwi. Here's the science. 1 kiwi contains around 250 to 300 milligrams of potassium. That's already high for anyone with reduced kidney function. But on top of that, kiwis are loaded with oxalates, plant compounds that can crystallize inside your kidneys. Once oxalates bind with calcium, they form sharp crystals, tiny shards that can scratch, clog, and inflame your kidney tissue, eventually leading to painful kidney stones or even sudden kidney injury. A study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology showed that diets high in oxalates significantly increase the risk of stone formation, especially in people over 60. The irony is that while kiwi is often sold as a gut-friendly fruit for your kidneys, it can become a ticking time bomb. You may think you're strengthening your body, but in reality, you could be laying the groundwork for a stone that sends you straight to the ER. This is why nephrologists like Dr. Johnny warn kiwi might look innocent in a fruit salad, but if your kidneys are already struggling, it's more of a threat than a treat. And just when you think you've identified the most dangerous fruits, the next one reveals an even darker side. It's beloved across tropical countries, praised for its sweetness, but inside it carries enough hidden sugar and potassium to quietly set your kidneys on fire. If kiwi is the sneaky saboteur, then mango is the sweet deceiver. Golden, juicy, and loved across the world, mango feels like a reward from nature itself. For many, it's tied to childhood summers, backyard trees, or family celebrations. But for your kidneys, especially after 60, mango can become a silent overload of sugar and potassium that quietly chips away at your health. Dr. Johnny recalls a patient named Luis, a retired teacher who adored mangoes. He believed the fruit was all natural and therefore harmless. But after eating 1 or 2 mangoes almost daily during mango season, his blood sugar spiked, his weight crept upward, and his kidney function dropped faster than expected. The truth hit hard. Natural sugar is still sugar, and for weakened kidneys, the combination of high fructose and potassium in mangoes can accelerate decline. Here's the science. A single cup of sliced mango carries nearly 45 grams of sugar and about 270 milligrams of potassium. That's a dangerous double blow. High fructose intake has been linked in studies from the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology to increased kidney inflammation, while potassium overload further stresses already damaged kidneys. Together, they act like gasoline on a smoldering fire, pushing you closer to chronic kidney disease and even dialysis. And it doesn't stop there. Mangoes are often eaten ripe at their sweetest point, which means their sugar concentration is at its peak. For someone with diabetes, high blood pressure, or kidney concerns, frequent mango consumption can quietly turn into the perfect storm for kidney damage. The irony is brutal. The fruit celebrated as the king of fruits may crown you not with health, but with hidden harm. Mangoes prove that even the most beloved fruits can betray your kidneys when eaten without awareness. But knowing this is still only part of the picture, because the final fruit on our danger list is even more shocking. It's spiky, pungent, and adored by millions across Asia, but inside its creamy flesh lies enough potassium and sugar to overwhelm your kidneys in ways far worse than mango ever could. If mango is the sweet deceiver, then durian is the spiky king of danger. Loved across Asia and feared in equal measure for its strong smell, durian is often called the king of fruits. For many families, it's a delicacy, a seasonal treat that brings people together. But for your kidneys, durian is not a king, it's a tyrant. Its creamy flesh hides a toxic overload of potassium, sugar, and fat that can push your kidneys to the brink. Dr. Johnny once met a patient who treated himself to durian every weekend. He insisted it was just fruit, so how could it be harmful? Within a year, his kidney function plummeted, and he experienced dangerous spikes in blood potassium. What he didn't realize was that a single serving of durian can contain more than 600 milligrams of potassium, nearly half of what a kidney patient should consume in an entire day. And that's just the start. Durian is also loaded with natural sugar up to 35 grams per cup. Combine that with its high calorie and fat content, and you have a fruit that drives weight gain, insulin resistance, and inflammation. For aging kidneys already struggling to filter waste, this is like throwing sand into a clogged engine. A 2020 study in the Asian Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high potassium tropical fruits, especially durian, significantly increase the risk of hyperkalemia in patients over 60 with chronic kidney disease. In simple terms, what feels like a guilty pleasure today could send you to the ER tomorrow. So while durian may be celebrated as a luxury fruit, it is a luxury your kidneys cannot afford. And here's the hopeful part. Just as some fruits can sabotage your health, others can become your greatest allies. They're safe, affordable, and proven to help cleanse and protect your kidneys naturally, especially after age 60. Let's turn the page and explore the 4 healing fruits that can help restore balance to your body, starting with one humble classic you probably already have in your kitchen. After hearing about fruits that quietly sabotage your kidneys, it's time for some good news. Because not all fruits are villains, some are protectors. And one of the most kidney-friendly heroes has probably been sitting in your fruit bowl this whole time, the humble apple. Dr. Johnny loves to remind his patients of the old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." For kidney health, that phrase isn't just a cliche, it's backed by science. Apples are naturally low in potassium, with only about 195 milligrams per medium apple, making them a safe daily choice even for people with chronic kidney disease. They're also low in phosphorus and sodium, 2 other minerals that put unnecessary strain on kidneys. In other words, apples are the complete opposite of bananas or oranges. They nourish without overloading. But the magic of apples doesn't stop with minerals. They're packed with soluble fiber, especially pectin, which has been shown to lower cholesterol and regulate blood sugar. Both of these benefits matter because high cholesterol and uncontrolled blood sugar are 2 of the biggest drivers of kidney decline in older adults. In one study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, regular apple consumption was linked to improved antioxidant levels and reduced inflammation markers, 2 key defenses your kidneys desperately need. And apples are easy. You don't need a juicer, a blender, or fancy preparation. Just wash it and eat it raw, skin and all, for maximum benefit. For those who prefer variety, you can slice it into oatmeal, bake it with a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even simmer it into a sugar-free applesauce. Every option still keeps potassium and sugar within safe limits, while delivering fiber and antioxidants that support your kidneys day after day. Apples prove that healing doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple, affordable, and accessible. But while apples are gentle protectors, the next fruit is a bold warrior. Bursting with color and rich in unique compounds, it doesn't just support kidney health, it shields your blood vessels and slows down the very process of kidney aging. Let's talk about red grapes. If apples are the quiet guardians of kidney health, then red grapes are the bold protectors. Small, sweet, and bursting with juice, they may look simple, but inside each grape lies a powerful arsenal of antioxidants that shield your kidneys and blood vessels from silent damage. Dr. Johnny once had a patient, Evelyn, who struggled with high blood pressure and early signs of kidney decline. Instead of cutting out fruit completely, she swapped her daily orange juice for a handful of fresh red grapes. Within 6 months, her lab markers showed improvement, her blood pressure stabilized, her kidney inflammation eased, and her energy returned. What seemed like a small change had a massive impact. Here's why. Red grapes are rich in a compound called resveratrol, the same antioxidant found in red wine, but without the alcohol. Resveratrol has been shown in multiple studies, including research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition, to reduce kidney inflammation, improve blood circulation, and even slow down scarring in kidney tissue. On top of that, grapes contain flavonoids and vitamin C, which help neutralize oxidative stress, the invisible fire that accelerates kidney aging. Nutritionally, grapes are a dream food for kidney health. 1 cup of red grapes has just 288 milligrams of potassium, well below the danger zone, and they're naturally low in phosphorus and sodium. That means you can enjoy them fresh, frozen, or tossed into a salad without fear of overload. Even better, their sweetness satisfies sugar cravings without the damaging spikes you get from processed desserts. And grapes aren't just healing for your kidneys, they protect your heart too. Since kidney disease and heart disease often go hand in hand, every bite of grapes helps defend both systems at once. So while apples keep things steady, red grapes fight fiercely on the front lines of your body's defense. But if you think grapes are impressive, wait until you see the next fruit. It's tiny, dark, and often overlooked, yet it carries some of the most potent kidney-protecting antioxidants on Earth. Let's talk about blueberries. If red grapes are the bold protectors, then blueberries are the tiny powerhouses. Don't let their size fool you. These little berries are packed with some of the strongest kidney-healing compounds found in nature. Bright, tart, and bursting with color, blueberries aren't just delicious. They're medicine disguised as fruit. Dr. Johnny often calls blueberries nature's shield for older adults. He once told the story of a patient in her 70s who was tired, inflamed, and struggling with stage 2 kidney disease. Instead of expensive supplements, he suggested adding a cup of blueberries to her daily diet, mixed into oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or eaten by the handful. 3 months later, her inflammation markers dropped, her energy improved, and even her memory felt sharper. It was a reminder that sometimes the simplest foods hold the deepest power. Here's the science. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep blue color. These compounds are proven to reduce oxidative stress, lower inflammation, and protect delicate kidney tissues from scarring. A Harvard study even linked regular blueberry consumption to reduced risk of chronic disease progression in older adults. On top of that, blueberries are naturally low in potassium, just 114 milligrams per half cup, making them one of the safest fruits for kidney patients. And the benefits don't stop there. Blueberries also support brain health, blood vessel flexibility, and heart protection. Since kidney disease rarely comes alone, eating blueberries is like strengthening your entire defense system at once. Affordable, widely available, and easy to enjoy year-round, they're the kind of fruit that belongs in every senior's kitchen. Blueberries prove that healing doesn't have to come from pills or powders. It can come from a handful of berries eaten with joy. But as powerful as they are, we're not done yet. Because the final healing fruit on our list is more than refreshing. It hydrates, detoxifies, and gives your kidneys the gentle cleansing they desperately need, all for less than $1 a serving. Let's finish strong with watermelon. If blueberries are nature's shield, then watermelon is nature's rinse. Bright red, refreshing, and perfect on a summer afternoon, watermelon is more than just a sweet treat. It's a natural hydrator that helps your kidneys do what they were designed to do: flush out waste and keep your body in balance. Dr. Johnny often recommends watermelon to patients who feel heavy, swollen, or fatigued. He remembers a gentleman in his mid-60s who struggled with fluid retention, his ankles puffed up by evening, and his sleep was restless. Instead of reaching for more pills, Dr. Johnny suggested incorporating small servings of watermelon a few times a week. Within weeks, the man noticed less swelling, lighter mornings, and improved energy. The fruit's natural water content was helping his kidneys release excess fluid more gently. Here's the science. Watermelon is made up of over 90% water, making it one of the most hydrating foods on Earth. A single cup contains only about 170 milligrams of potassium, which is safely below the threshold for kidney patients. It's also low in phosphorus and sodium, which means it doesn't burden already strained kidneys. On top of that, watermelon contains lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects both kidney tissue and blood vessels from oxidative stress. But the real beauty of watermelon is how easy it is to enjoy. No cooking, no preparation, just slice, chill, and eat. It's affordable, widely available, and a far safer alternative to sugary drinks or processed snacks that quietly erode kidney health. And while moderation is still key, especially for those with advanced kidney disease, the right portion of watermelon can feel like a refreshing reset button for your entire system. Watermelon shows us that healing doesn't have to be bitter medicine. It can be sweet, simple, and joyful. And now that we've uncovered the 5 fruits that silently damage your kidneys and the 4 that can heal them, the real question is, what do you do next? Because protecting your kidneys isn't about perfection. It's about small, consistent choices that add up to life-changing results. Let's close with the message Dr. Johnny wants every senior to hear. Your kidneys work for you every second of every day, filtering your blood, balancing your energy, and quietly keeping you alive. And the truth is, they don't ask for much in return, just small, consistent choices that give them relief instead of strain. Maybe that means swapping out one risky fruit for a safer one, drinking a little more water, or simply being more aware of what goes into your body. These small steps done with intention can add up to powerful protection. And I want you to remember this, it's never too late to make a change. Even if you've struggled with your health in the past, even if your lab numbers aren't where you want them to be, your kidneys are remarkably resilient. With the right support, they can bounce back in ways that might surprise you. That's why I encourage you, save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder. Share it with a loved one who might be making the same mistakes without realizing it. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, and turn on the notification bell. Here we share the latest kidney-friendly foods, medical insights, and science-backed habits designed to help you stay strong, independent, and healthy as you age. You don't need perfection. You don't need expensive supplements. You just need knowledge, consistency, and a little bit of hope. Your kidneys may be silent, but your choices speak loudly. And starting today, every smart choice you make is one more step toward energy, clarity, and peace of mind. So take that step, protect your kidneys, protect your future, and know that you are not alone. We are here with you every step of the way.